Today on the channel, like a young triumph, we fight the good fight, but this time it's Frozen, with Fighting the Frozen, Batgirl, DC, McFarlane Toys.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another DC McFarlane Toys Fighting the Frozen unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we're fighting the Frozen with Batgirl from McFarlane Toys. But for all your McFarlane toy needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $79 does ship free. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And we got Todd McFarlane joining us from the couch once again here today as we fight the Frozen one last time, as we did unbox the 3 other figures from Fighting the Frozen. However, Batgirl eluded me. She seemingly was not at retail at the same time. A little bit harder to find than the rest of the crew there, but here we are today. I did get this through the door via Entertainment Earth, and all is right with the world, kind of, once we get her out of the package. But let's check it out. Let's see what's going on in the packaging here. And I give Todd a hard time over there on the couch about all the twist ties. And there's some twist ties here. Once again, Todd's not messing around. But Todd making these page punchers the most hard to remove figures in the game right now. We got that hard plastic shell throughout on here. It's absolutely ridiculous. One of these days I'm going to cut a finger off trying to remove this from the packaging. Absolutely wild packaging. I don't understand it. And Todd's putting up the... He's not talking about it. You're not going to explain the packaging, not explaining the design. Why can't they be the same as the other McFarlanes? Why do they stand out? Who knows what's going on? Who knows what's going on? But we got old Batgirl looking only like a Batgirl could look if she was fighting the Frozen. And I'm fighting the Frozen as it got cold in my neck of the woods all of a sudden. It's like below 30 degrees. It's threatening to snow. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for winter. I'm not ready for shoveling and snow blowing. Oh, make my wife do it. Make my wife do it. There you go. Who knows? Probably not. And the kids, they're definitely not helping. But we're fighting the Frozen with Batgirl right here. DC, Batgirl. Big window box, of course, you can see right here. Comes with a comic book. All kinds of accessories, everything else going on. No getting her out of the package. There's no figure swapping with this figure. No way around it. DC, you can see the back of the comic book there. Not a whole lot in the back. Pretty boring. About the most boring figure you'd ever see from behind. Oh, and you guys know I love looking at my figures from behind. That's for sure. But quite the packaging design on this one. And once so deep in the package, I got to take this offline, get Batgirl out of the package, and we're going to fight the Frozen one last time together. All right, we got Batgirl out of the packaging, and Todd McFarlane, I'm looking at you directly on the couch. I am not figuring out what is going on with this packaging design. Unbelievably hard to get out of the package. Now, twist ties all over the place. Each hand twist tied in. Waist twist tied in. Every single weapon twist tied in. Ankles twist tied in. Then you have this comic book, the stand, and the card in a tray you have to kind of break out of that prison in a big shell, wrapped up real tight in hard plastic. I don't understand the thinking of how much is taken to put Batgirl in the package. Absolutely insanity. Insanity, Todd. And Todd's got no answers. He's looking away, so I guess we won't get to that answer here today. But easily the hardest to open package of action figures in 2023 as I'm filming this. Just absolutely next level here. And I don't understand the reasoning for all this. And I'm going to put out the challenge to any of you guys or gals. Send me a message. Have you ever seen anybody do a figure swap with a page puncher? There's a lot of figure swaps out there. I don't think it's even possible to even attempt a figure swap with this line, which is good because figure swapping is bad, but man, is this a lot of work to get out of the package. Absolutely crazy, but there it is. But let's dive into everything here now. Very cool to get kids reading comics, and maybe adults too, who knows. But we do get Fighting the Frozen comic book here, of course. We saw him with the other ones as well. Now we see him right here. We got Batman, Robin, Batgirl teaming up to take on Mr. Freeze in this story, as we do know. But a little bit beat up in the comic book department because the packaging's so hard to remove. It's hard to get this out without damaging the comic, wrinkling it up a little bit. So this will not grade a 10, unfortunately. There goes my kid's college tuition. There it goes. But then we do get a DC McFarlane stand. Seen him before. We'll see him again. We're here for that. We do get a Batgirl card. Let's see what it says about Batgirl here. Theorizing absolute zero experimentation would slow the disease affecting his wife Nora. Mr. Freeze and his beloved bride are accidentally thrust 16,000 years into the past. Seeking to return to their proper century, the frigid fiend attempts to recreate the unintentional circumstances of his time manipulation experiment. Callously unleashing a deadly new ice age upon the surrounding lands, Robin, a brave young warrior from a neighboring tribe, pleads for the aid of Batman, the noble leader of the Bat Clan. Recognizing the existential threat to their people, Batman, Robin, and the stoic Batgirl forge an alliance to stop the criminal king of cold. How about that? That's a lot in that story there. But now we get down to business here. We get down to Batgirl, and we're going to start with her accessories first. Big old grappling hook here with a real string on the end. The string goes to nowhere. It's like the road to nowhere, like a young Ozzy Osbourne back in the day. There it goes, spin it around, throw it up on a hill, and there you go. You climb on up, you rappel up, all in black. Looking good, looking very primitive, as you can imagine here, so we do get that. Now we get two tomahawks, I guess. We get two of them here, made out of stone. We got the wooden handle, all the wrappings around it in brown. Looking very good, looking very primitive. I guess it's on brand for all these years in the past, of course, as they talked about in the back of the card. So I do like that. But now we get down to Batgirl here. And Batgirl looking very, very small, very tiny. I guess we'll start with this cape. She's got a big stitched up plastic cape here. Very pliable, of course, but you got the stitching here, which is interesting. She's got a long ponytail going on here, nicely braided right there, looking very nice, up to her mask. Mask looking very Batman-like, or should I say Batgirl-like here. You know who that is. Wide eyes back there, very stoic in the face department. I read it on the card, and it's true. It rings true right here. Got a nice, like, teeth necklace going around the top, and then a gold Batgirl symbol on the front. A little bit of a top going on, looking like mummy wrappings, looking very interesting. She does got a loincloth going around there, got some feathers hanging off there, a little pocket action as well, looking good. Down to the feet here, she's got some kind of wrappings, almost like rope wrappings around her shins, looking interesting there. Forearms, got some more of those teeth, very Batman-like, of course, once again, but it's almost like teeth from a saber-toothed tiger or something like that stuck on there. Maybe that's what's going on. Who knows? Of course, arms do go all the way around on this one. You got a bicep cut. Double-jointed, non-pinless elbows. Todd, let's work on that in 2024. Let's get those pinless elbows going. Hands back and forth, side to side. Not a ton of movement there. A little bit of hula hoop. A little bit of... No traditional... a little hula hoop, a little traditional waist. That's the best we can do. We got some Batgirl splits, not the deepest splits ever. Head back and forth, no real up and down, a little side to side. Very crickety figure here. You do get a little bit of legs up, not a ton there. You do get double jointed, pinned knees, very tight and very sharp pieces throughout on this one. Dinging up your fingers, trying to do the articulation, of course. Ankles up and down, a little side-to-side action. And then you got that patented McFarlane on the couch. Toe articulation looking pretty good right there. It's definitely a Batgirl from a prehistoric age at the end of the day. It doesn't blow me away. It doesn't disgust me. So it's somewhere in the middle between those two. Of course, does she fit on a McFarlane stand? What do you know? She fits on the old McFarlane stand. So a little smaller character, an interesting character, but as the comic, when I thumbed through it, you saw her, Robin, and Batman. Quite the team. All those years ago, who we fooling? Quite the team here today. But of course, we got the rest of the clan right here. We got old Robin. I don't know what these guys and gals are doing here barefoot in the snow. Not a wise decision unless you're into frostbite. We got Batman here looking like a young, almost like a young Conan O'Brien. Looking like a young Conan O'Brien right here. He's got red hair, everything else going on. Or Conan the Barbarian, maybe more like there. And then, of course, you got to have a bad guy to face. And you got Mr. Freeze. He's looming. He's coming over here. Definitely a different interpretation on Mr. Freeze than what most of us are accustomed to. But an interesting page puncher's line. A little bit of a self-contained line. Of course, most of the McFarlane stuff, you get a character character from here, a character from there. Sometimes you get them that join together, sometimes they don't. Well, this one clearly all joins together. We're building out a story here. We're fighting the Frozen at the end of the day, and a lot of us are trying to fight the Frozen right now as we're in the winter months, of course. If you're in North America, sure, why not? North America, there it is. But an interesting one. Not the best one of the set. If I had to do a quick ranking between all these, Batman's going to be number 1 for me, Mr. Freeze number 2, then Robin, then Batgirl. That's just the way the old cookie crumbles, or the ice cracks maybe at the end of the day. Who knows? But Batgirl, okay for what it is. You got to have her, though, to complete the set, complete the team, and that's what we did right here today. So there it is, Batgirl fighting the Frozen. What are your guys' thoughts? Pick up, pass, long game, no game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, if you made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you, of course, on Patreon. Early access to the videos, bonus content, exclusive content, Q&As, giveaways, you name it. It's all going on over there, the old Patreon channel. Patreon, the best way to support this very YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for fighting the Frozen Batgirl, I'm Kyle, and that's my friend Todd on the couch. See you guys all real soon.